Welcome back to the Barley Lads. It's been a while. Tonight, because it's dark out, we're drinking Weller Special Reserve. So Weller Special Reserve, this is out of Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfurt, Kentucky. This is coming in at 90 proof or 45%. This is a wheated bourbon, so it's going to have a certain percentage of wheat, something that Weller and Buffalo Trace do not tell us what the percentages are, but we can guesstimate that it's probably in the 15 to 20% wheat. Yeah, so fairly cheap if you can find it. Here in Ohio, it's a state-run liquor stores. Yeah, so this is going to be about $25 here in Ohio. Secondary, anywhere from $50 to $75, depending on what state that you're in. And then internationally, I'm not really sure what you're looking at, even if you can even get this. So let's give it a pour. This is a non-age statement whiskey, but because it is a straight bourbon, we know that it's at least 4 years old because it doesn't say, it doesn't have an age on it, so it has to be at least 4. So this is named after William LaRue Weller. He was a prominent distiller in Kentucky in the mid to late 1800s and became famous because he had a wheated mash bill. I think it went stagnant there for a little bit, especially during Prohibition, obviously. But it came back in 1935 with the Stitzel Weller Distillery when it opened in Louisville, or just outside of Louisville. And that was opened by Julian or Pappy Van Winkle Sr., as well as, I think his name's Alex Stitzel. So that's kind of when W.L. Weller came back into being. This is kind of considered a Pappy Jr. because it is the same mash bill as Pappy Van Winkle whiskeys, but certainly not as good because it's not as aged, and these aren't the honey barrels that they're pulling from the center of the warehouses to get those. So let's dive in. Fairly light on the nose, 90 proof, wheater, just not a lot there, but prominent caramel note and corn. It's very sweet, but it does have still that caramel note to it. It is woody, has some oak there. I don't like this word, but it is very smooth. It's very easy to drink, especially for a bourbon, because it is a wheated bourbon. They tend to be less spicy, less of a kick, if you will, compared to rye bourbons. I'm going to say it has a medium finish, but it's very subtle, but it does stick with you. It doesn't just disappear. And it's a solid bourbon. You're not getting the best bourbon in the world. Don't pay more than $40 for this unless you just really like it. It's not worth $50. It's not worth certainly more than that. I've seen other secondaries where it's like $85 or $100 for this. This is a $25 bottle. If you can't get it, get Larceny, get Maker's Mark. It's not worth hunting. Don't waste your money. So thank you for watching this episode of the Barley Lads. We've been drinking Weller Special Reserve. Cheers.